Yes. So initially, this technique was discovered by Mark Casse, which I'll show you in the next slide. And initially, this methodology of emotional freedom technique, which in short we call it EFT, or in common language we call it tapping. This was for emotional issues, trauma, mental issues, and so on, stress, tension, and so on. But later on, it was found that there were studies, actually, research papers published, which shows that this tapping technique works not only for emotions but also for physical ailments. And sometimes the physical ailments could be very, very severe as well. So I'll show you how and what. First, I'll give you a brief background about what this whole technique is, how it works. But before starting with the technique, I will give you a background and then we'll go to the technique. So, as we know, we have negative emotions and positive emotions. Negative emotions are very, very infectious. Infectious, there are two kinds of infections. One is called intra-infection and the other is called inter-infection. I'll tell you what I mean by that. These are all terms coined by me, so don't worry. Uh, so intra-infection is if you have anxiety, that can lead to stress. And if that leads to stress, it leads to low confidence levels and low performance and so on. So that is intra within yourself. But then again, there are a lot of negative emotions which you have, and we as human beings cannot control ourselves to suppress our negative emotions. We do suppress a lot of our positive emotions, but most of the time we fail to suppress our negative emotions. And it is there on our face, there it is there on whatever we perform, whatever we do, and so on. And that spreads to other people. For example, as a mom, if you are angry, you cannot hide your anger within. It comes out. And your kids are victims, easy victims, I would say, easy victims of your anger. Similarly, if you are a boss in a company and you are angry or you are disturbed, you tend to pass it on to your juniors. And it can have a cascading effect also sometimes. You never know. Okay. So that is called inter emotional distress. So emotions, bad emotions or wrong emotions or negative emotions are harmful anyways, both in intra and inter, both ways it is harmful, and it disrupts the body's energy system. Physical, it leads to physical ailments. We'll see that how it manifests. It manifests many a times into in mental and physical emotion, problems, and could disrupt your whole system. This is a small figure that shows how your stress levels or emotional burden can actually lead to physical problems. For example, here you see whenever you have a fight or an argument or something, then it impacts the pituitary gland, and it impacts the secretion of specific hormones, even in the thyroid, that disturbs the metabolic activity of your body. Okay. That in turn, you see in the second panel, you see it disturbs your kidney functioning. It stimulates adrenaline gland and the kidney functioning. That leads to a lot of digestive issues, heartburn, acidity problems. It leads to hyperacidity. Then it leads to heartburn, heartbeat rhythm changing, blood pressure, and so on and so forth. So it is very easy to prove. It is not very difficult to prove, in fact, that many times our emotions, negative emotions, can have impact not only in the form of emotional outburst, but also in the form of physical ailments. Sorry. So in this session today, I will use this scale. This scale is called subjective unit of distress scale. It's called the SUDS scale in short. Okay. And though you see that it is related to anxiety and distress, but we can use this scale for anything, any physical ailment, mental ailment, energy deficiency, whatever you call it, you can use this for any kind of problem. And here what we will do is we will try to, for example, when we start today itself, now after some time we will do this exercise ourselves. We will first ask ourselves, in a scale of 0 to 10, what is the extent of my current problem? It could be an anxiety or a distress, it could be a physical ailment, it could be a headache, it could be knee pain, it could be shoulder problem, it could be anything. Okay, so it could be physical, mental, emotional, anything. Okay. So in a scale of 0 to 10, you have to measure where it stands. And as you see here, 10 to 0, it is clearly mentioned. 10 implies unbearable. 9 is extremely high, very high, quite high, then moderate but not so high, mild, minimal, alerting, no distress at all, totally relaxed is 0. Okay, we will use this just before we start the exercise. And at the end of the exercise, again, we will use the SWOT scale to see, okay, when we started the exercise, it was 8 out of 10. Now, what is the rank? How much, what number would you give it? So it is like a thermometer. A few things, a few background discussion before we start with the exercise is a short one, very short one. And the beauty of the exercise is you will not take more than 90 seconds to do it. Isn't it great? Just you can heal yourself in 90 seconds. And if you want, you can repeat it. But if you do it one time also, you will be able to see some difference, especially if you get used to the whole thing. Okay, so here comes some very interesting discussions, which I am sure all of you are aware of. The difference between the left brain and the right brain. Left brain stands for logic, numbers, mathematics, facts, something that what I the three-dimensional world, you can say. Whatever we see, we believe, else we don't believe it. There's nothing called imagination, there's nothing called intuition. And the right brain is just the opposite. It denotes beautiful colors that can, if you close your eyes, you can see beautiful colors. Yeah, you are imaginative, you are intuitive, you can daydream, you can just fantasize. You are high on visualization, creativity, you have an artistic bent of mind, and so on. That is the right brain. And all of us, all of us, we have a combo of left brain and the right brain. But you know what? Many a times, the left brain do not talk to your right brain. That is when we face problems. Just yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine who had a bad relationship issue, and she knew exactly what is to be done. Which means the left brain knew exactly what is to be done, but the right brain won't allow that to happen. So everything she says that she's taking what her heart says. I said, where is your mind? Where is your brain working? So the right brain occasionally is called the heart, but actually it is not the heart. It is the right brain. Heart has a different purpose in life. Okay. So when you are able to club or allow the left brain to interact with the right brain, much of the healing happens. So this kind of a healing technique is actually simultaneously activating your left brain and the right brain and allowing them to interact and work together. That is the beauty of this exercise. Okay, we will use a few techniques, in the whole session, and some of it is called. I mean, part of it is called bilateral stimulation of the brain. Okay. Now, when I talk about bilateral stimulation of the brain, it is about the just what we spoke in the previous session, the left brain talking to the right brain. Okay. Left brain, as I told you, it is a logic, it is mathematics, it is facts, and so on, the three-dimensional world. And the multi-dimensional world is the right brain. So bilateral stimulation is a kind of therapy. Very fast, it is very effective, it could be very fast, but you can do it yourself, but it is important to activate both the brains. Okay. So how it is done? It is done through tapping. It is done through eye movement. It is done through auditory stimulus. Like, for example, there's something called bilateral music. Let me show you a bilateral music. It will be interesting for you to hear a bilateral music. Man. Sorry. Share. Share. So, in case the right brain is not actively working or is dormant, this kind of a bilateral music can activate your right brain. Okay, so I'll not take much time on that because it was just an example to help you understand. But there are other ways of bilateral music also. Only if you want in acute cases, we run this kind of bilateral music, but or bilateral tunes, you can say. But there are other ways of which are kind of complementary to bilateral music. It's called humming. So suppose any song that comes to your mind, the moment you start humming a song in your mind, very simple, everybody knows what is the song. Okay, this humming activates the right brain. So many times when people hum a music in their mind, they may do it just on their own, but that activates the right brain. Okay. Then, of course, this kind of thing, it will heal anxiety and stress, improve emotional maturity, and also can heal trauma. That we'll see later on. We'll come to that. Okay. Eye movement, as I told you, the circle there shows many of you may not have even heard of these kind of things. It's like such a interesting thing. If you force your eye movement right up that side or left up this side or one just this side or down, right down, left down, and so on, each of these forceful eyesight has impact on your brain. For example, right eyeball movement ignites the left brain. Left eyeball movement ignites the right brain, and so on. Humming of a tune, as I told you, it ignites the right brain. Counting numbers, anytime counting numbers will ignite your left brain, and you don't need to even. I mean, I'm sure everybody understands that why counting of numbers can ignite your left brain. And many a times it can ignite your left brain more if you can count backward. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. You start counting, just focus on yourself, take three deep breaths, and if you start counting, all of us know 1 to 100 and 100 to 1 backward. All of us know it. But you know what? If you start doing it 100 to 99, 100 to 90, 5 times, you will get stuck. Because the moment you try to do that, your brain feels the burden and your conscious mind gradually goes to sleep also. So many times, lot of hypnotherapists, they use this backward counting technique to take their clients to deep sleep. I mean, sleep of the conscious mind. Anyway, that's a different matter altogether. Let's come back. Okay, so here we start. So first, before we start, we have an invocation. Okay, we are not doing anything now. I'm just telling you the sequence and then we'll do it. Okay, so first we will have an invocation, which is true for any kind of exercise that we do. As you know, we will do a short invocation, and the invocation, you can call your own god or goddess or guru or your master, whatever it is. Dear divine, dear the white light, dear Shivji, dear Guru Nanak, dear Jesus, dear Mother Mary. It can be dear Prophet Muhammad. You can call whomsoever you want to call. Dear divine, dear the white light, please bless my tapping and heal me. Okay, you can call it tapping, you can call it the you know emotional freedom technique, EFT also. Please bless my EFT technique and heal me. That's all. Short one. You don't need to have a very long one, just a short one you have. Now this comes as a setup statement. This statement is very important because it actually reinforces your confidence in yourself. Okay, how does this happen? As you see, there are two dashes. Even though I am feeling da 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 about da 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 da, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, so I'll tell you what the meaning is. If you see here, there are two things here, subject and object. Okay, so it means that even I am feeling fearful about meeting my boss, I deeply and completely accept myself. Now, see this, I deeply and completely accept myself is very important because um, the moment you say that you are in fear, you are not accepting your true self. So, it is very important to assert to yourself. It is actually an assertive statement. Okay. So, it is very important to assert to yourself, I may have problems, but I deeply and completely accept myself. So, what is the problem and where the problem is coming from? So, fear from dog. So, the word about that you see, that example is given there. Even though I'm feeling guilty about, about can change. About can be for or because of anything. Okay. So, you can change that word. And then comes the object part. So, the subject and the object, in between that, you have a preposition there which will connect the two. You have to say, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay. So you can think about your problem that you want to heal. For example, if you have anxiety issues or say simply headache, okay, you can always say, even though I am having headache due to migraine, the same, if you really know what is the background, okay, I deeply and completely accept myself. But sometimes it could happen that you don't know the object from where it is happening. Then you can say, for example, you are having you are having say a tear gland problem. Okay, so for example, tear is coming out, or what you have a watery eye, and water is pouring out, tears are pouring out, and you don't know the reason why it is happening. So then you can say, even though I am suffering from so and so. The next part is not required. Object is not required. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am suffering from XYZ, because of what I don't know, you don't need to say that part. Okay. Silent. That part is silent. Even though I am suffering from XYZ, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am suffering from, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay. So many times also it could happen that what you're feeling is not the true problem, is not the true emotion. For example, uh, you may say that even though I am feeling fearful, but actually it is not a fear, it is a anxiety issue or a stress issue. It is fine. Divine understands. Your brain also understands. So even if you are not exactly able to narrate the emotional state, it is fine. To the best of your ability, you explain it. That is fine. Okay. We'll go to the next. This is the actual slide. This is where the tapping process will start. This is called the tapping meridians. So I'll quickly take you through the tapping meridians. The first tapping meridian is between your eyebrows. This is where it is. Okay. And this is called the bladder meridian. So especially if it is related to any traumatic experience or sadness, restlessness, impatient, and so on, frustration, and so on, then you use uh, this point. So this point stands for, we are not doing just one point, we'll do multiple points, but I'm just saying that this is called the bladder meridian. I'll show you the other meridians also. The second, it is just beside your eye, where the eye ends, this side. Okay, here. So that is where you need to tap 5 times. And that is called the gallbladder meridian. So if you are angry, if you are unable to control yourself, your thoughts are cluttered, your understanding is jumbled up, this is called the gallbladder meridian that releases anger, resentment, and your cluttered thought processes. The second. The third, the under eye, just below the eye, here, this point, here. Okay. Third. Fourth point is just, it is called the governing meridian. The third one, as I told you, it's called the stomach meridian. The third one is called stomach meridian. And fear, fear and worry and emptiness comes from the third meridian. So all that you need to tell to yourself, all is well. Not all is in the well. So you have to just tell yourself, all is well. Okay. So that is the third. And the fourth one is just above your upper lip. Okay. This point, just below your nose and above your upper lip. Okay. That is the under nose, as we call it. It's called the governing meridian. Very, very important meridian. The next meridian is your chin, CH. It is called the central meridian. Okay. If you have confusion and uncertainty and a sense of shame and embarrassment within, even to some extent guilt, then this meridian is to be activated. Okay. The next is the collarbone. Okay, collarbone. It is called the kidney meridian. Releases worry, indecision, feeling stuck, and so on. The next meridian is the underarm meridian, spine. Okay. So this is here, just sideways of your chest, underarm, just the underarm part. Okay. So I'll stop the video here and we will do a practice of this seven first, and then we'll do the actual thing. Okay. So I'll open my specs. So if you remember the first is here. Okay. So we will, this is practice. So you don't need to do the invocation and all that. I'm just trying to recap all the seven what you saw. This is first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 7 times also. Okay. 2 fingers or 3 fingers, whatever is comfortable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second is here. Your eye ends here, this place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The next is below your eye here, this bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The next is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 2 fingers are sufficient, then we can do it this way. Okay. Don't distort your face without distorting your face. Huh? Next is chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the face. Okay. The next is collarbone. Collarbone here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next is underarm, this portion. Here. This line is there. So it is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm sure many of you, when you do this, you will feel a pain there. If you press it with your finger, you will see there is a pain there. Mild pain could be there. So let us do it once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you all there? Did you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, it's not, no rocket science. Very simple. Okay. So the spine meridian is about guilt, worry, hopelessness, insecurity, and poor self-esteem. Okay. And many of us actually suffer from this. Okay. Now, after this, there are 2 more points which are very important, but these 2 points come at the end, not now. Okay. So after you complete this sequence of 7, there is again a sequence of 9 after this. And then at the end comes these two, the 2 that I'm going to show you now comes after that. So we are not doing these 2 now. And that is just below the nipple point. It is called liver meridian. Okay. Just below the nipple, you will have a rib. On the rib, you have to tap. I'll show you. So here you have to tap. Here. This point. This point or this point, whichever side you want to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And the last is crown chakra, the top. It is called the 100 meeting points meridian. Okay, the top of the head. It's actually essentially the crown chakra. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top. Okay. So we are now going for the next sequence. I will do everything together also. Don't worry. Just keep understanding. This is called the gamut sequence. For the gamut sequence, we have something called a gamut point. If you see between your two fingers, just after the baby finger, there is a V there. Just below the V, you have this gamut point. If you press with one finger, you will find it is a bit painful also at times. Okay. So when you are, so for this particular exercise, which is very, very powerful, what we need to do is we have to keep tapping the gamut spot. We have to keep tapping the gamut spot and do this exercise. Okay. As I told you, the eye exercise is very important. Okay. So close your eyes. First, you have to close your eyes. Then you have to open your eyes and very softly, very gently look hard down to the right. Look right down, and you should put pressure on your eyes. If you look down right, you have to put pressure on your eyes. Count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look hard down to the left. Count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then look straight. Keep your spine straight. Big circular movement of your eyes clockwise. Slow and clockwise. Make sure that you are able to see everything that comes in the periphery of 360 degrees. Okay. Complete a total circle clockwise. Then a complete total circle anti-clockwise. Then hum a tune for 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. Now count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you are used to this technique, you can also start counting backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This activates the left brain. Then again the humming tune. Five seconds. All through this exercise, you have to keep on either just pressurizing your gamut spot or tapping your gamut spot. Okay, mildly tapping your gamut spot or pressing your gamut spot. Mildly pressing your gamut spot. Either way, it is fine. Okay, don't press it too hard because it can start paining because you have never done it earlier. So it can start paining a lot. So don't pressurize too much, just mild tapping and or pressing it. Okay. Now, once this is over, do you want to practice this again?
Yes, sir. Once again.
Yes. Okay. So Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look hard down to the right. Look hard down to the left without moving your head, huh? Without moving your neck. I repeat once again. Close your eyes. Open your eyes, broad open. Look straight, straight. Now look hard down to the right. Look hard down to the left. Now keep your head straight and a very, very intensive circular 360-degree movement of your eyes. Slow so that you exactly cover 360 degrees. Initially, it could be difficult, but never worry. Eventually, it will become okay. Elba, where is the tapping here? There is no tapping. Tapping only. Yeah, you can either tap. So this is where you need to tap. This is the point. This is the point. You have to tap. Okay, this is the point. So these are two fingers, the ring finger and the next finger. So here, this is the point you have to tap. You can do either hands, huh? And you have to do it continuously while you're doing the eye exercise and the humming and all of that. You have to keep on tapping. Either keep on tapping or pressing or just press. Okay. You can do it either hand, no problem. You can do both hands. You can interchange the hands when you repeat the whole exercise. Okay. Now the big circular movement of the eye, first clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Once you complete clockwise and anti-clockwise, then it is humming a tone in your mind. Sorry, you have to be able to hear what you're humming. So not in your mind. Mm-hmm. 5 seconds can be slightly more also, doesn't matter. Then you have to count 1 to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Count 5. Then again that humming. And all through the sequence, you have to keep tapping. Are you there, all of you? Shall we go to the next? Okay, we'll go to the next now. The next sequence is you might be thinking it is so long. It is actually not so long. It will take you 90 seconds in total. Okay. Now comes the next sequence of tapping your hands. Okay. Now I'll show you tapping the hands, how it happens. I'll close this. So side of the thumb is for the lungs, side of the index finger is for the intestine, side of the middle finger is for blood circulation, then the pinky finger is for heart meridian, and there's something called the karate chopping point. So this is the karate point. Okay. So that is where you have to. So first is with this hand, with this either of the two, you have to first tap the point finger. Okay. Five times. Now the next finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave the middle and the last finger now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first is thumb. First is thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First is the thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. then the point finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the middle finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the last finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this is the karate chopping point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The first one, the thumb is for your lungs. The second, the index finger is for your intestine. This is for your intestine. Okay. The next is for your blood circulation. And leave this finger, the last ring finger is for your small intestine. Inside, you have to tap inside, not the outer part. Pressure, no pressure. Light, very softly. Just activating. Okay. So I repeat once again. First the thumb, the side, 5 times. Then this finger, 5 times. Then this finger, 5 times. Leave this, the last one, 5 times. And then the karate chopping point. This is called the karate point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the picture. So starts with the side of the thumb. Next, you go to the point finger, index finger, the middle finger, the pinky finger, then the karate chopping point. And then you can do the third scale once again. Okay, I'll take you through the whole process now once again. Okay. So you see here one. It is the sequence is all mentioned there. First, of course, you have to have the invocation, dear divine, dear the white light, please bless my tapping and heal me. That is the first. Then you say, even though not I am still, this is round two, this is different. Even though I am suffering from da 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 da, because of da 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 da, I deeply and completely trust and accept myself. Okay. Now you start the tapping sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After 7, you start the thumb, the whole this the fingers, thumb, the index finger, and all the up to the karate point. Then comes the 9 gamut sequence. Close your eyes, open your eyes, look down, straight, the whole thing. There it comes. Okay. And it is over. So let us do all together once. Okay. The complete thing we'll do now. First is you have to understand what problem you are having. You can think of some problem that you have. If you don't, then later on, whenever you have, you can decide on it. Right now, for example, whatever it is, suppose there is stress or tension or whatever it is, you can think of that and then say. So we start this way: dear divine, dear the white light. Oh, before that, I forgot to tell you something. Something very, very important. Before we start the process, before the invocation, raise your tongue to your palate, fold it and put it to your palate this way. Okay. Yes. Yes. Then close your eyes. As you close your eyes, try to pull energy from Mother Earth through your root chakra as if energy is entering through your anus, right through all the chakras and flowing through your crown chakra out, as if the channel is straight and the channel is active. Just 2 seconds. So as you close your eyes, twist your tongue, and a rocket force of energy moving from your root chakra through all your chakras out through your crown chakra. That is alignment. In 2 seconds, it is over. To narrate the story, it takes longer time, but to actually do it, it takes 2 seconds. Okay, that is over. Now we start. Sit straight, eyes open. First is tapping here. One, two, three. Okay, the invocation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Invocation. Dear divine, dear the white light. You can even call dear the heavens committee for healing through tapping. I love you, respect you, and honor you. Please bless me while I do the tapping exercise. Even though I am suffering from stress because of office pressure, I deeply and completely trust and accept myself. You can state yours. Now start the tapping. First is the eyebrows. Look straight. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. Just above your under, just above your below your nose. One, two, three, four, five. Chin. One, two, three, four, five. Collarbone. One, two, three, four, five. Underarm. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Now we will do the fingers. Thumb. One, two, three, four, five. 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 Now starts the gamut point. Okay. So we have to keep tapping this point, and at the same time, we have to go through the sequence. Okay. So what is the sequence? I will repeat once again. Close your eyes, open your eyes, look down right, look down left, clockwise, anti-clockwise, hum a tune, count five, hum a tune. Okay. Okay. So close your eyes, gently open your eyes, broad open, look straight, and keep tapping your gamut point. Look hard to the right down. Look hard down to the left. Circular movement, clockwise. Circular movement, anti-clockwise. Hum a tune. Count five. One, two, three, four, five. Again, hum a tune. That's it. Now the last sequence, if you remember, just below your nipple here on the chest, on the rib, here on the rib. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then crown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over and done. Once you start doing it, it is just 90 seconds. For demonstration, it took longer time. But if you do it yourself, it is 90 seconds. Do you want to do it yourself without me guiding you?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'll recap once again. First is invocation. Dear divine, dear the white light, dear the divine committee members of healing through tapping, I love you, respect you, and honor you. Okay. Please bless my tapping and heal me. Now the statement. Even though I am suffering from tension due to my exams tomorrow, I deeply and completely accept myself. If you find it difficult, you can repeat it even twice or thrice. Even though I am suffering from tension because of my, say, sister's ill health, I deeply and completely accept myself. Thank you. Now you start the tapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is between your eyebrows. Just beside your eye, the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under your eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Above the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Below the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Collarbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Underarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then comes the fingers. First is the thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Character point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next comes the gamut spot. Gamut spot karte karte, we have to do the eye exercise also. So you keep tapping the gamut spot and start. What is the sequence? Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look hard down to the right. Look hard down to the left. Clockwise eye movement 360 degrees. Anti-clockwise eye movement 360 degrees. Hum a tune. Count 5. Hum a tune. Now tap your rib just below your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crown chakra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over. Of course, you have to have a closing invocation. Thank you, divine. Thank you, the bright white light. Thank you, the divine committee members of healing through tapping. Thank you for healing me through the tapping technique. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are done.
Thank you, sir.